Alright, welcome everybody to part 4 of Mix versus Mix, where me and my buddy Sam are both doing a mix of the same song, and we're kind of comparing our different approaches and different techniques to get the sound that's in our head. So far we've looked at mix bus and drums. So today we're going to go ahead and look at bass guitar, one of my favorite subjects. There's a bass DI and a bass amp, and I also did some processing on the group channel. We'll go ahead and listen to some audio examples. I'll show you the plugins that I used. I'll bypass them in and out, and then we'll talk about what I chose to do in the processing. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So there's really not a whole lot going on here. So let's start on the bass bus because that's actually where I started when I was mixing this. So first I have virtual mix rack here, and I'm using a preamp emulation actually. And this is a really great preamp. It's a tube preamp, and it's just really great for like adding some richness and fattening things up. So this is great on like kick drum. I love using this on bass guitar, obviously. I have the VMS, and I actually like to use the preamp as a DI box for bass, and then use this preamp as the first insert on the channel, and it just sounds really great. Okay, from there I have an EQ, and I'm using a high pass filter here at 50 hertz, 56. Adding a little bit of bottom here at 100, not even a dB, so just barely fattening it up. And then I'm cutting out some 400 just to get rid of some of that kind of boxiness, kind of muddy sound. A lot of times in bass, there'll be like a buildup around there. And then sometimes in bass, if you boost that, it sounds great. But for this track, I actually liked cutting it a little bit. And then from there, I'm using Revival, which is really great. I don't even really know exactly how to describe this plugin. It's kind of just like a sonic maximizer or saturation of some sort. I don't know exactly, but all I know is it works great on pretty much everything. So I'm just adding a little bit of thickness and a little bit of shimmer, which is like low and high, kind of. And then what I always do on my bass, especially if I have a bass amp and a DI bass, I like to put this on the bass bus, and this is an LA2A, and this is the UAD version, the gray one. And I really haven't found a compressor that works better on bass than this. For more aggressive bass, I like an 1176, but for like a smooth bass like this, nothing really beats an LA2A, especially this model to me. Okay, and as far as compression, that's it. So on both the bass DI and the bass amp, I'm hitting the virtual tape machine pretty hard. Just kind of getting some tape compression there. I have it at 15 inches per second because I wanted to roll off some of that top end without having to use EQ. And yeah, I'm getting kind of a bass boost from this too. And having it on low bias here is kind of just saturating some more of the low end than anything else. As far as virtual mix rack, I'm using the RC Tube console emulation. And like I said, tubes just really sound really great and fat on bass, and just distorts it in a really nice way. And then just really to get the color of the EQ, I have the FGN on here. Not doing anything with the EQ, just getting some of that transformer sound out of here. And then once again, the Revival, adding some thickness and shimmer. So this 1073 is really great like that, and the actual hardware is like that too. If you just run your audio through it, it kind of adds a tone, and it's just really nice sounding. So if you look, I'm actually treating the bass amp and the bass DI the same way. So real simple processing, and you could see that I was hitting the tube console here kind of hard too, just because, like I said, tubes and the way they distort, it's just really, really great for bottom end and bass in particular. But if you try this on a snare drum or like a kick drum, it also works really, really nice. So that's it, really. I didn't go too crazy on the bass. It was just really recorded well already. Just added a little bit of EQ here and there and some slight compression. And basically everything else, like the 1073 and this mic pre-emulation, as well as the tape and the console, is just more about getting some vibe out of it. More than anything with the bass in this song, I just wanted to give it some color. Because it was already a great sounding bass track, I didn't really need to do very much. And that's how you want your recordings to be, really. You don't really want to have to tweak a lot. It's kind of like when you're cooking, you want to just add like a little bit of salt, and if you had good ingredients to begin with, it's going to be good. You don't want to have to do all this crazy stuff and then potentially over season it. So yeah, that was kind of my thought here on the bass, is just kind of spice it up a little bit, make it sound unique, but don't over tweak this. So I hope you learned something from this video. I know this one was sort of quick because there really wasn't a lot that I did here. Next time we'll be looking at guitars, and there was actually quite a bit more that I did to that, so be looking forward to that. And yeah, I hope you've been enjoying the series so far. I hope you stick around to the end. And I hope that you go and check out Sam's videos on this, because I'm sure that he had a different approach than me, and there's definitely stuff that can be learned by checking out different ways of doing things. So thank you so very much for watching, If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, you can give it a thumbs down. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion, as I always say. If you really liked this video, please subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Thank you so very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.